I could go on this for days. I love Finnish food. It was really great. I think it maybe takes a little bit of getting used to in the beginning. I know that their dairy is a little bit rich, but it's so good. Like, oh, the yogurts and the ice cream is just like, it's something else out there. And I think too, pretty much every meal that we had, especially for like dinner appointments, was some sort of meat with some sort of potatoes and then some sort of like sauce or gravy on top. So like, it was great. I mean, we had like meatballs all the time, and then we had, you know, like, just like I said, some sort of meat with potatoes and gravy. So that was kind of, I felt like most of the entrees, but there's so many good foods out there. I mean, they've got these little, like riisipuro, which is just like and karjan piirakka. Karjan piirakka is just like this little like pie that has like rice and like potatoes in it, and they just come and oh, it's just so good. Like, it's like this little like handheld pie that you can just, you know, take on the go, and you just eat them, and they're so delicious. And then I think another thing too is sinappi, which is the Finnish mustard. Let's just say that every time I go to Finland, or, you know, there's sometimes that we have to buy it online so we can get it here. All my family loves sinappi now, and all my friends do too. And, you know, whenever we're barbecuing or something, they're just like, do you have sinappi? Like, you know, we need some sinappi. So you could definitely have to try the sinappi, which is the Finnish mustard. Even if you don't like mustard, try sinappi. It might turn you around to the mustard life. But it's just so good. And then, like, they've got some really good desserts as well. One of the things that I really liked was mämmi, and this is kind of a hit or miss with missionaries. Some missionaries don't really like it, but it's kind of like a it's like molasses and like some like rye as well, and it's kind of mixed up. It looks black. It almost looks like a black pudding, but then you scoop it up, put it in a bowl, and then you put cream and sugar on top of it, and it's really good. And then, you know, they have salmiakki, which is salted licorice, salted black licorice, which I'll be honest takes a little bit of getting used to, but, you know, there's, at the end of, you know, by about halfway through your mission, you're going to be looking for something to put in your mouth. You always put a little salmiakki in there, and you just kind of suck on that for a little bit, and it's great. So the food overall was just amazing, and I just loved everything about it. Like I said, the dairy can be a little bit heavy, but it's so good. It's the best. It'll change your life for sure. Salmon soup is it's called lohikeito in Finnish, and it is like, it changed my life forever. I mean, it's the greatest soup I've ever had in my entire life, and it's kind of fun. It's like the one thing that I've really taken back with me, and I make it for my family, you know, every so often, and just make it for friends sometimes. But it's, you know, it's just like salmon with like there's like usually some sort of like greens, like some green onion or something in there, and potatoes, and it's just in this like broth and like some cream that they add in as well. It's really good. So you definitely have to try the salmon soup, and yeah, you'll be hooked. So they've got some really good sodas out there. Pommac, I think, is something you'd have to try as well. And the Dr. Pepper tastes a lot better out there. I don't know what the deal is, but definitely try some Pommac. The candies, I mean, you can just go and like, the chocolate is really good, so you can go get some Fatser chocolate and just kind of experiment with which ones you like. You know, you've got to buy a lot of different bars, but sooner or later you'll find that one. And you know, my companion and I, we used to have in the middle of the winter when we were up in Rovaniemi, which is the northernmost city in the mission, we used to have this thing that says 800 grams a day keeps depression away. So we ate a lot of chocolate, and you know, when it's dark outside and it's cold, it's always nice to come back and have that bar of chocolate that you can kind of go and munch on. So I think just, you know, go to the candy store, go to the convenience stores there, and pick out some candies, find something that looks good. But yeah, any sort of the Fatser bars, you're not gonna regret buying. So it was a lot of chocolate. So we were walking and riding bikes a lot, so hopefully we burned some of it off, but not the most healthy experience.